Can buyers win in today's market? They can. Let me share more. Hi everyone, my name is Mike Rennick. I'm the team lead, the senior broker of Team Rennick. We're part of that great Mangrove Realty Associates family. My guest today is Mr. Michael Hankin. Mike.
Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. Mike is not only a board certified attorney, he's an all-around good guy, and I really truly enjoy him spending time helping us create some of these videos. We did a video the other day talking about how a cash buyer has to structure a deal differently than we did in the past. And today what I'd like to do is talk about, can a finance deal, one with a mortgage, can it still win? It's harder, would you agree, but it's doable?
It is doable. It's definitely harder in today's market of constant multiple offers on everything going under contract within hours or sometimes days or hours of being listed. So these are really important tips.
The thing I would ask you as a buyer to consider, if you were selling your house and you had multiple offers, some cash, some mortgage, what would you want to make a mortgage deal attractive if you were so inclined to select one of those? Because that's what we face today. Almost always multiple offers. So the first thing, and this is the most obvious to do, is take the mortgage off the deal. Right? And there is risk. Each one of these things we're going to talk about, there's risk, but it's something to consider. It may not be right for you, but if you're going to do a mortgage behind the scenes, if you're comfortable it's going to come through, or you have a backup plan if the mortgage doesn't, you can still write a cash offer. You're going to be required to close the deal, correct?
Absolutely.
So it's some risk that a buyers can take, and we've had some do that. I'm not saying it's right for everyone.
Right. There is risk without the financing contingency. If your loan doesn't come through, you could get sued for non-performance. You may lose your deposit. But in today's market, to be more competitive, a buyer's a lot of the time got to take more risk.
So that's something to think about. There's another process that I am much more comfortable about, and we always talk about a pre-approval. And a pre-approval is a letter that your mortgage person will write based on some information, preliminary information you provided. It's a soft approval. Let's be really candid here. It hasn't been thoroughly vetted, right?
Right. The soft approvals basically are just on the information that the borrower provides to their lender. So they say, based upon the information the borrower has provided, which we haven't vetted, you're approved, right. Which doesn't give a seller a whole lot of comfort. There's a better type of letter, which is I think where you're going next.
It's really full approval. Go through with your mortgage person the full underwriting process. And that way when you come out, everything's been checked. The only contingency would be as if the house appraises, right?
Right.
Everything else is good. You're good to go. All the finances have been approved. The ratios are in good shape. So point number 2 is consider doing the full approval process before you write an offer. Point number 3, it's not necessarily a separate point, but when you're talking about a mortgage, there's a chance in today's market that it underappraises. Appraisal folks, the appraisers, and I respect the living daylights out of them, they're having a hard time keeping up. This market is changing every single day. And so one of the things we could underappraise. To make your offer as solid as possible, you write in there something to consider, the option of paying out of your pocket any different. So that way the bank will still close the loan, you still get your home, the seller's got a higher probability of a deal with you.
Right, and that's typically called an appraisal gap contingency, where you remove the requirement for an appraisal and you provide some gap that a buyer is willing to go up to, or you remove that requirement altogether, where you say, I'll take whatever the risk is of it not appraising and pay whatever the difference is. So there's different levels of appraisal gap contingencies that a buyer can feel comfortable with.
So the key is, a good broker can't change the market, but a good broker needs to know how to put you in the best position. So if you're a buy side today and you're cash, we've talked about that in a previous video. If you're mortgage, these are some things to consider, because remember, the seller is the ultimate decision maker. Your broker's job, as far as I'm concerned, is to present your offer in the strongest light using the current tools and understanding the market. If you'd like to talk more about this with no obligation, I'd be happy to talk with you. Let me leave you with my personal cell. I want all my clients, current, past, and prospective, to have access to me when it's convenient for you. That number is 941-400-8735. Mike, anything else that you need to add?
Nope, that'll cover it for this week. We'll have more stuff next week.
Michael, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. Thanks for watching.